Good morning. Welcome to the Daily Squeeze Take 42 types of mindsets. So I have gone on Instagram and Facebook earlier to let you guys know that I'm excited about this talk. Hey, I have a lot of notes. I don't know how long the talk will go, but if I start taking too long, I'll just roll it into two. I'm really sick of saying Now that I've put it out there, maybe I'll stop. It's all about being mindful. So our mindset is essentially our thoughts and beliefs about the world and how we see ourselves in it. So where we fit in the world. I kind of like to think of it in a way of, if you're doing something in the world and I'll start again. Your place in the world, if it's actually where you want to be and where you are or where you need to be, it'll sit right in your gut. If it's not, you will be fighting this little force. You know, it's all about, when I talk about good food and treat food or sometimes food, you know, if you're eating really good food, you're relaxed and you're happy and your gut's just going to process everything. If you're not, if you're having a treat food and you're really mad at yourself, your gut is going to be mad at yourself, and then it's going to be mad while processing it, and it's not going to process it the same. So same thing with your mindset. If you're living what you want to be living, you're going to be quite happy. If you're struggling and something's not right, you're going to have that same gut feel and you're going to be tense. So that's why part of this weight loss journey, it is about our mindset, and it is about making sure that we're where we need to be, and we're aligning our goals with our values and our beliefs so that we can reach them. I wrote a post yesterday which was just, again, around that mindset. And I had a lovely comment on it saying, you know, someone fought with themselves for years where they were binging every night and they weren't happy, and they thought what they were doing was right because it was working for other people, but it wasn't working for her. So when she realized that, you know, she needed to change her mindset and she wasn't going to reach her goals in the way that she was trying to, once she let that go and started down a different path, she became so much happier. And you know, now she's on that journey and she's happier. She can lose that weight and, you know, be healthier without being so upset with herself. So I really do believe your mindset, you'll know if what you're doing is correct and if you're in the right place based on your gut feel. So I do think everything stems from the gut. The different types of mindsets. This is the fun part where I need my notes. So I like to first think of, I was talking to Mark about this a little while ago, and we were talking about that, you know, the optimistic where you're always positive and you're happy and you can find something good in everything. And then there's that negative mindset where you're kind of the pessimist and everything bad always happens to you, and you can see that, you know, not always the positive in the situation, or you don't understand that everything's a learning curve and it's the learning that's the journey. So there's that negative mindset, and then there's that kind of realist, which it can be that hard truth, or it can be a little bit of the optimist and the pessimist mixed together, even kind of that reality, like it is what it is. I kind of think of that approach kind of more black and white. But yeah, where do you see yourself in those three? In talking about that, I wanted to kind of dive a little bit more into it. So I've been doing quite a bit of reading the last few days and over the weekend. I found a couple different articles about the different types of mindsets, and I've really enjoyed doing more research on them and kind of seeing where they're all at. So I just wanted to talk them out with you today and just have a if you kind of have a piece of paper in front of you and jot down what you think resonates with you. So there's 15 types of mindsets in all my research that I found. Some are kind of similar and others are quite opposite, but I think we're all a mix of these different types. And I'm happy to discuss what I think I have been in past, present, and where I want to go future at the end. But we're all so unique, and that's what makes us all us. We really do have to learn to love ourselves, to accept ourselves faults and all. The best way to do that is to be able to laugh at yourself. I am so happy to laugh at myself. I sometimes do these silliest things. It happens. I'm human. I wasn't always like that, having that mindset. I used to get really embarrassed, or I used to worry too much about what other people were going to think if they found out I had flaws, full of flaws, imperfectly perfect, or perfectly imperfect. I think perfectly imperfect I like more. As you can tell, I'm so much in the babble mode. I love this stuff. This is my bread and butter. So the whole weight loss journey revolves around where you are in your head and how you are in your mindset, and if you can pull yourself up, when there's that spectrum of the positive to the negative, if we can stay around here, if we fall into this, that's fine, that's the journey. I was kind of around here yesterday. I didn't have the best day, but I showed up, I did what I had to do. I had a really good sleep, and now I'm way back here. Sleep really affects me, I cannot do the ups and downs at nights, or the wake up full of thoughts and then be able to switch off, no matter how much I write everything down and stuff. Like that's just me, that's my uniqueness. But so all these types of mindsets that we can have, you can see where during the day you can fall into different mindsets even. So it's really interesting to me. There's about 15 types, so I'm just going to go through them all quite quickly, and let me know, if you can see one that resonates with you, or if, I get through them all and you're kind of like, no, which I really don't think is the case. I think you'll have 2 or 3 that you're going to be like, that's me. And even you might have some, oh, that might be me, but I prefer to change it to this. So that's kind of what I'm going for, is let's be really honest with ourselves and see where we sit in these types. So the first one's a social mindset. So just like to be around people. I'm going to also say one positive trait of each and one negative trait of each, just so we can see kind of where we sit with it. There are obviously more positive and negative traits for some of them. I do want to kind of not take up too much time because I am in a babble mood. So yeah, I'm just going to do one positive, one negative, even though I have this whole sheet full. But essentially the social personality, you make friends easy. Another one really quickly is good communication skills, obviously. You can talk to people and it comes easy to you. So that's a really big pro. A con would be you rely on talking to friends for happiness. So you need to be around those people to make yourself happy, whether you're the center of attention or you can, it's just having people around. The second type, growth. And there I go, and all I just thought about was you just said it again. We'll get there. So the growth mindset is about improving yourself. So obviously if you're on this weight loss journey, you've kind of got to that point of that gain phase. So I go back to my 3 blogs about weight loss phases. You're at that gain phase and you want to jump into that loss phase. So right then and there you're at a growth mindset where you need to change. So you're about improving yourself. So that's the pro. A con is sometimes you get so focused in the growth phase that you actually forget to enjoy living. Been there. Balance, integrate. It's all about finding our way. It's the journey. The third mindset type is fear. So you have no desire really to do something productive because you're too scared of what could happen. So it's back to that pessimistic, what could happen, it's all negative thoughts. So there are no real advantages or pros to this one because, I mean, there's a little bit of fear in all of us, but society has also made it so easy to live in fear mode with, you know, easy fast food, easy, you know, Netflix and chill, stay on the couch. There's so many things that, you know, kind of provide us that quick happiness fix. So the negative is kind of unlikely to possess discipline. So you don't actually get your butt off the couch, or you don't, you kind of like that quick happiness to motivate you instead of, you know, doing it what it is that you really want to do. Off the fear mindset comes lazy mindset. So it's still different, but the lazy mindset is sorry, this one's the no desire to do something. The fear is just that there's a little bit in all of us. Fear and lazy are quite similar. The lazy is wanting to achieve that short-term happiness. I think I just mixed them all up. So fear, a little bit in all of us. There's no real advantages, and you never achieve your dreams because you're always in that fear mode. The fear definitely gets the best of you. That can be in that gain phase. So you're too scared to do that change, and you just kind of keep losing weight and losing weight. The lazy mindset is there's no desire to do something productive. The pro is you do get happiness, and it is short term. Negative for the lazy mindset is you're unlikely to possess the discipline, so you don't have that desire or drive to stick with it to get that long-term happiness. The next one will be envy. Envy is that you're pretty much jealous of others. So do you find yourself comparing yourself, envious of what other people have? A positive to this mindset is it can be motivational, so it can motivate you to want to get to what that person has. However, a negative can be you can obsess too much about what other people have and stop focusing on yourself. So that's the 1, 2, 3 kind of not so positive mindsets, I guess. Another mindset, business, so serving others. A positive about this is possessing the quality to help others, and a negative is juggling that responsibility to you, yourself, as well as the others, and getting that business set. I'm learning. This is definitely one of my mindsets that I am in now. Like I said, I will go over all of these later. Another mindset is a dreamer. So a dreamer can dream big, think big. The positive of it is you know what you want. A negative of the dreamer is you're only dreaming about it, and it's all about if you take action. So, you know, you have to really want that next step. Dreamers just dream, but it does have that potential to take that step. And it's really good that you do know what you want. The 8th mindset is a follower. Followers pretty much let other people decide what it is that they're gonna do. Kind of, they stick to the normal way of doing stuff. The positive is you play it safe, which is good in a way. You know that you're always going to be achieving something, but it is in that safe environment, and it is what someone else wants. It could be what you want, but it's primarily what someone else wants. The negative is you are going after someone else's dream, essentially. Greed is the 9th mindset. So greed can be motivational toward becoming successful. So that's kind of that positive spin on greed. It can motivate you to get what you want. The negative is that you're always wanting more. So give and take. Gratitude is the 10th. Gratitude, I've just lost my place. Gratitude, it's gratitude. You're thankful for what you have. You appreciate what you have, and the people, the moments, the things in your life. So you really do appreciate them, and you're thankful for that. There are no real disadvantages of being grateful. So for fear, there was no positives for having that fearful mindset. For a gratitude mindset, there's no real disadvantages. Like, you're thinking about what's in the moment, what you have, and how good it is to have that. So you're really appreciative of being here and now. So that's really good. The 11th mindset is confidence. Confidence is pretty much the key to action and happiness. So once you're happy with yourself and the way that you are, you will take that action. So that's the pro of having confidence. Overconfidence can lead to arrogance, so that's that negative. So it is that fine line. But I think people who are grateful and confident, you don't step over to that negative, arrogant mindset. Confidence is really key as well, to know that with the weight loss journey, you can achieve what you want. You have to be in that mindset that you can achieve it, and whether you've done it before or this is the time to do it, you can take so many different approaches to how to channel that confidence mindset. And you don't have to wait till you're in that mindset. You can want it before and start changing it to get there. There is a great, what's it called? Oh, I forgot what it is. Not YouTube, but the other, the TED Talks. There's a great TED Talk on, there's that saying of believe it and then become it, or fake it until you make it. There's a great TED Talk. I'll try and find it and post it in the comments. And it's about become it. So fake it until you become it. Something like that. It's brilliant though, because it's kind of like you have to put yourself in that place and be in the place, think you're there before it becomes you, but essentially you're taking all the right steps to do it. So that's kind of something that I like to talk to my clients about, to get in that right mindset to actually lose that weight that you want to. So yeah, the 12th is creative mindset. So if you're in a creative mindset, you have unique ideas and you're really good at problem solving, because you can think outside the box to find those good ideas. I like to say that I'm a creative one. The tips and tricks that I've had or I've figured out along the way of being in the weight loss mindset, or helping people achieve their health and wellness dreams, a lot of it comes down to being creative and figuring out as an individual what's going to work for you. So it's really important to kind of grab a hold of some of those, thinking outside the box. The negative, the con for creative mindset is you can make a simple task very, very difficult. Been there. Can get into that later if you want to hear more about all my little happy learning curves. The 13th mindset is short-term mindset. So this is very similar to that lazy mindset. It is all about short-term happiness. You live in the moment, and I like to think of, when you're really hungry at night and you go for that food. Excuse me. When you're sitting down at night. Good morning, Margaret. How are you? You're sitting down at night and you don't want to have the cookies, but all you're thinking about is the cookies, and then you end up having them. You feel happy, short-term happiness, and then all of a sudden your long goal, your overarching goal, you've just taken a step back. So you're the con of the short-term mindset is you're reliant on lazy habits. So it's about changing habits. The short-term mindset, you don't want to do that, and you're not in that confident state to actually make the changes. So yeah. 4th is angry. So there is an angry mindset. kind of stems from having a tough past or being through some difficult situations. It could be, the positive is it could be a potential motivation to improve. And the cons are that you hurt people around you. So, you know, you can say hurtful things or your actions can hurt them and you don't realize it. And it's all because you're unable to control your emotions. So if something's said and it really affects you right away, that's kind of where the angry mindset happens. The 15th one is productive. So you have a productive mindset. It's the ability to efficiently do tasks at hand, things, all that kind of stuff. The negative is that you overwork yourself in time. So you're just so productive, essentially, that you just keep going, and then you realize kind of that burnout happens or something. The positive thing is you prioritize important tasks and you get shit done. So those are the 15 types of mindset: social, growth, fear, lazy, envy, business, dreamer, follower, greed, gratitude, confidence, creative, short-term, angry, and productive. Where do you think you fit? Are you a mix and a match? My journey has been very interesting in life, and to be honest, I have always been a dreamer. How many concerts I've put on in the shower when I was younger. All my friends know this about me. I cannot sing, but the dreamer in me, I can dream big, but I don't necessarily follow through. I think I am more today than back then. I used to kind of do the dreamer envy mindset where I didn't think I was worth it or good enough to be able to reach these goals or these dreams, I guess. I think I've always been a bit confident, so that confidence mindset has been in me because I have done some things that people have said probably more no to me doing. I think I've reached some milestones that not many other people have. People have done them, obviously. High school wasn't my thing. I loved all my friends in high school, but I didn't have that one group where I kind of was friends with a few people in all the groups. That's kind of how I see it. I had friends who were older. I did hang out with my older sister and her friends a lot. And her friends did become my good friends as well. So my sister and I had a very close relationship. That meant we were either like this or like this. And because I think I did have an angry mindset, this happens. I think my angry mindset growing up kind of came from having the envy mindset as well. I don't think I had a hard childhood, and I definitely never did it tough. But I did have those really big dreams, and I have achieved some of them. So it's not that I don't have the motivation or didn't have the drive, but I did have kind of that lazy short-term, you know, if something was on TV, happy to sit down all day and not be productive, because I didn't really airplane. Side note, with airplanes, every time we hear an airplane, it's gratitude time. So what are you thankful for? I am thankful for Ruby sitting next to me right now and purring along as I'm chit-chatting. Melts my heart. Every time an airplane goes over, that's my new thing. Thank you, Tamara, for telling me or giving me a great idea to put in place. So airplanes are grateful. Our grateful mindset trigger. I'm so into babbling today. It's great. So I used to be more of the dreamer, lazy, angry, envy, and confidence. So some positive, some negative, more negative to me mindsets. And it wasn't because people around me were negative. It wasn't, I don't know what it stemmed from, to be honest. I am the younger child. I was the bad child in the family, even though knowing what other people have done, not as saintly as my sister, but that's okay. When I moved to Australia when I was 23, so I've been here for, it'll be 13 years, 12 years. Can't do the math in front of me right now. I moved here when I was 23, 23. I think my 23rd birthday was here. I went to uni. I did my master's in Brisbane. I think that's when my mindset started to change, and that confidence kind of grew into that growth mindset. So I really wanted to grow as a person, and I wanted to change because I didn't like some of my behavior. Unfortunately, I did hang up on my mom when I talked to her, and she didn't tell me what I liked. I guess I was a bit spoiled, which is embarrassing to say, but I've apologized to my mom for that behavior, and I would I think it's the worst thing to do now. I would never hang up on someone, and I don't like it when people do it to me. I've been through quite a growth mindset lately, where I have just focused in on change and how I want to be, where I have let some of life slip away. I have gotten so healthy that it was kind of off the healthy spectrum. It was just move more, eat. I think I was always in a eat good phase, but I think I took it to an extreme that it started to be unhealthy. So I've been at both sides of the spectrum, where I've wanted to lose weight, and then I've gotten so healthy that it just wasn't good. It wasn't that balance you need. When I talk about balance, I don't talk 50-50 on a scale like work, life. You have to find what works for you. And I think I just took that exercise and healthy lifestyle up here, and nothing else mattered. I wouldn't go out with friends. I didn't want to put myself around food that wouldn't do good things for me. And now I'm more, let's go out for drinks every once in a while and laugh at ourselves the next day. That's life. You have to do what you want. So yeah, I think that growth mindset's really kicked in for me lately. Probably over the last 10 to 12 years, I have to say. It is a journey. Gratitude, definitely. I love taking a step back, seeing what I have and what I'm thankful and grateful for. I wouldn't be doing this right now without my mom and Mark. Mark is a massive supporter, and my mom, she just knows. She really is, I think, one of my biggest fans. Some of the pep talks she gives me, that I don't even think she knows they're pep talks. They're just her not yelling at me. But kind of just, she gets really like, get out of your own way. Like, she's not afraid to kind of give me a little kick up the bum sometimes, which I really appreciate and I love. And yeah, so even doing this, that there's a little bit of fear in everyone. Obviously fear to go out and be able to have that business mindset and help people and support other people through their goal. Obviously, I've been through this journey. My mindset has completely changed. So I'm more of a dreamer, growth, gratitude, business, and confidence now, I think. Yeah, like, those compared to dreamer, lazy, short-term, angry, envy, and confidence, like, it's such a big shift. I have gone to counseling. My counselor, I saw someone in Mackay and I loved him. I could talk to him about any and everything, and he didn't challenge me, but man, he made me think, and it was lovely. I wish I were near him now. I could probably Skype with him. Hey. I really think growth is important. I think everyone who's on this weight loss journey is in a growth period, or a growth mindset. It may last years and years, like for me, or it may last till you have those habits that you need, and then that's it. We're all so individual that it is up to you, and whatever is happy in your mindset with your beliefs, values, and like I was saying earlier, in your gut. So I think in order to change our mindset, we have to be really doing something that's against those beliefs and values, which is, you know, that definition of mindset that I started this chat with. So if you are in that zone, you know, there's always things, tips, tricks to help change that mindset. I did talk a lot about that confidence mindset. Obviously the growth mindset is massive for being here today. If you guys, if you do want any questions answered, if you want me to dive into anything like this, I love this stuff. I have so much information on it in front of me right now. I have tried to condense it down for you. So ask me questions. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know where you think you sit or what you've changed possibly from to. Obviously, we're always changing and growing. That's what life is. Obviously, I'm saying obviously too much, but people are really against change, I guess, kind of as you get settled in life. When change does occur, it stresses you out. It's not always the happiest time, but and change around. So if you're on your health journey to reach whatever goals that you're trying to reach, if you're changing your habits, obviously everyone in the house is going through a change as well because you're changing as a person. They could take that negatively, a reflection on them, not you. They could be really positive and want to join in. So it's all where their mindset is, where your mindset is, and, you know, change is that big thing that can really interrupt a flow or a balance, especially in a workplace or in just your home environment. So be very, very mindful of that when you are changing, because it's not always going to be easy. Like I always say, weight loss is difficult. It's not something that we're going to change overnight. It happens, you know, gaining weight happens over time. Weight loss has to happen over time. So by knowing ourselves and knowing these mindsets will be really helpful for this journey. Hope you guys have enjoyed. I will be in the kitchen cooking tomorrow, but back on Thursday, I think we'll be talking about mindset more. And there's the camera doing that little dance again. Anyways, on that note, have a great day. Hope you guys have enjoyed this as much as I have, and I will talk to you soon.